Hello everyone. In this lecture, I just want to explain that with what approach I will write the JavaScript code for uh, my JavaScript examples. So in the practical examples, you will see most of the time I will create a separate function and separate file for the JavaScript. So say an example, this is my HTML, CSS, JS, which is a folder. In that, I will create a new folder, and here I will say JS files or simply JS. So JS is basically JavaScript. It's not necessary you need to create JS folder, but I'm going to use this JS. And I will create one more folder, not under JS, but under my main folder, which is basically images. So if I'm going to use any image, I will put it into this images folder. If I'm going to create any CSS file, I will put it under CSS. Right? So this will be my approach. And especially for the JavaScript, what I will do, I will create a new file inside this. Whenever we are discussing any example, I will show you that there is a file and file name is this. And for example, if I say index.js file, so JavaScript files has the extension .js. So now here, if you are using GitHub Copilot extension to write your code, you can press Control plus I. But I would suggest initially you need to write the code by yourself. So here what I will do, I will create the function. And function is basically, it is used in almost all programming languages. And the purpose of function is that to have a set of code which is accommodated in that function block. So for example, if I write here my function, so this is how we define the function. And in that function, you can write your code. So I will write some code here, and that code will be in the function, and I will call it uh, into my different events in the HTML page. Okay, so this is one approach which I'm going to use. So this file, if you want to use into your HTML, so if I create new HTML here, so not under JS separately. So here I will say this is 02, and I will say JS approach dot HTML file. Okay, uh, HTML file, right? And here you will see that HTML code, basic code is already written. And title, I will say JavaScript example, right? And here, most of the time, I will include this file into the um, head tag only. So here I'm writing script, and I will say src source equals to, and I need to give this path, which is a relative path, and it is under JS. I'm having my file, which is index.js. Right? So this way, I'm including my index.js file into my HTML page. And whatever the code I have written into the index.js, now I can use it into my HTML page. So this is one approach. Second approach is basically I will go to some web page. It could be any web page. Here I have opened this google.com web page, right, or Google search engine page, and I will go to the inspect. So I have opened this page in Google Chrome, but you can open in any browser in Microsoft Edge, Firefox. So concept is same. And here, if you see, there is a element and there is console. So sometime I will execute the code here. So it does not matter that you are writing the code in Visual Studio or you are executing the code into this console window. Okay, for practice purpose, this is absolutely fine. So whatever you are writing into the Visual Studio code, similar code, you can write it here for JavaScript. But Visual Studio Code is a structured way, and here at runtime, you want to debug or you want to, experiment few things. So then you can come over here. And here, whatever you are writing, for example, if I say console.log and testing, right? So here semicolon we need to put at the end. And if I execute this, and it is giving this output, but this is temporary. Okay, it is not going to store anywhere into the file. You cannot version control. And this is for debugging or at runtime. Sometimes you want that I want to see the value of my variable, or I want to print something. I want to see, is there any error which is basically thrown by this web page. So everything will be shown here in the console log, and you can debug it, right? So if you want to clear, you can just clear the console with by clicking on this. See, that screen is clear. And there is also one command which you can use to clear the screen. So again, I'm writing testing, right? So you can also write console dot clear. Okay, so this clears the screen. So I will be using these approaches to run the JavaScript code, so that in future you should not be confused why we are moving to this. If there is a temporary or debugging part, then I will come to this window. And if it is a permanent code, I am writing a code for my project or my application or my examples, then I will use the HTML where I will have the permanent code. All right. So in this lecture, that's it, because I just wanted to show you that uh, in upcoming lectures, how I will write the JavaScript code. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next lecture. Bye-bye.